Alright, welcome back everybody, welcome back to, morning drawings with me. Today we're gonna be working on, the, uh, this part yet, so this tiny little part, and then, we're gonna see how this is gonna be, looking, and hopefully, that will look alright, so that we can then, finally start with putting more details in the, into the drawing over here. Alright, let's get started on this. So the main problem I faced yesterday was that I was really tired because of lots of people coming by, and I had to actually talk to them, and I am not a very good person when it comes to listening to people's conversations, because either it's gonna be making me really tired, or the conversations are either boring or they're interesting, but then I take like a lot of time to get myself back again up. Alright, that, and then I need to switch to the right tool, so no, there you go, and I need that one, there you go. Alright, that's good. So yeah, so that explains why I was not able to do any drawings yesterday, because I was so tired that I actually almost fell asleep sometimes, oh. And you don't want me having a sleepy day, because that's like me sleeping? Oh well, that's not good. But yeah, I get really exhausted for listening to other people, because I either want to show interest, so I do my very best to try to understand it, and then most likely I will overthink most of the problems or most of the conversation, which doesn't help, but at least I'm listening, and yeah, it makes me really tired. So yeah, also yesterday it was raining so fucking hard. Holy shit. I had a really wet day yesterday. I was actually quite wet. The amount of water that was actually piling off, and now it's like very sunny again, so I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I believe then today I can do another walk again. That means that my feet are gonna have less problems, because I'm actually very prone to getting water in my feet, so fluid in my feet. So the way to solve that problem is by doing walks, just long extensive walks, so that all the liquid is gonna be drying out. That's, by the way, because I did nothing for a year. So I did absolutely not do any sports whatsoever for a year. And that means that I'm like really prone to that. Well, it's not like I'm gaining weight or anything. It's just, doing nothing for a year makes me, have painful feet. And then once I pick up my, walking again, then it's all gone. So the only thing I have to do is, force myself to do some, exercise, and then it will be all fine. The problem is I'm a very bad person when it comes to motivations to do, sports or anything like that. It's quite funny how much I like to avoid it like the plague. It's like, do you want to do sports together? It's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. What are you gonna do then? Game all night. Ah, well, that's a thing. Yeah, I know. It's a thing. So yeah, the whole damn thing of avoiding it like the plague is a thing that I normally do a lot. But to fix that, I need to force myself to do it, and well, apparently I do so I'm happy upon that. Anyhow, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So the main idea here is, we're just drawing these little, no, wait, I actually need to, whoop, there you go, much better. We're actually drawing the skills on this part, and then, once that is done, so I want to do this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, so that we have, like, the whole damn throat done. And then I need to figure out if I want to reduce the throat or not by the look of it. And I can do that because I have them both on one group, so I can actually, transform or shape the whole damn throat if I want to. Because I feel like the throat is too big, but I don't know the throat is too big. That's the main problem always with me. It's like, I know that there is something odd. What is it? Is it that I did not add too much detail to the face, or did I not, or is it just because, one part is textured and the other part is not? It's a little bit of inexperience with some parts. So yeah, hopefully, once this is all done, I will be able to get things. And once the color is gonna come in, the shading and the color, then yeah, the things will get way better. And I mean like way better. Yeah. Wow. I have a feeling that I pressed too much. I did. Huh. Lovely. Or is it just me? Nah, it is that I pressed a little bit too much here. But yeah, the amount of things that I need to do to keep in shape is limit. But still, I'm like really not a very good person when it comes to motivation. It's like, you really need to do this, and I'm like, yes, I should, but, and then you get the whole damn like, I will not do this because I want to do this. I'm doing this because I need to do it, because otherwise I will have, well, comfortable sleeps and all that stuff, and you don't want that. No, you don't want that. So I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be hopefully be able to get to the part I want, and gonna do some walking today again, because no rainy day means a good day to walk. Rainy day means no, just no. I'm not gonna be forcing myself to walk into the rain. What are you thinking? I'm crazy? No, that's not what I'm gonna be doing. Walking in the rain is like not very healthy. You get ill faster and all that stuff, and it's cold and wet. So yeah, and if you get cold and wet, then it's not a very smart thing to have done. Also, apparently, I'm gonna get a package today, so I need to make sure that I'll be back home afterwards. So I believe if the package is gonna be on 4 o'clock at daytime, so I just need to wait for mom to return back from her from the doctor, and then I can do the walking part, because, well, she will be home, I won't be home, and I don't have to do anything about it. It's quite fun that lots of things that I can do are all related to doing stuff that I don't want. Like, for instance, I can run really fast. I just cannot run really far. I noticed that because I tried. I actually am a very bad conditioned person when it comes to running. I don't have the condition to run like for 4 hours, or well, no, not 4 hours, that's extreme. 5 kilometers, there you go. 5 kilometers or 5 miles of running, that is for me like a no bueno. But running for 100 meters, that is a thing that I can do. And I can do it pretty fast. So that's the thing that I can do, and that's the thing that I normally do for sports. That's just, you know, me running 100 meters in 13 seconds. That's really fast. That's 33 kilometers per hour. So the main problem I always face when, you know, I'm doing sports is always that, you know, I don't have the condition for it. I am a really fast, tired person. But when I do walking or hiking or whatever that, you know, that is not running, apparently I have the condition of a moose. I can just be like, oh well, T-Dumpty day, I will just go my way and I will just beat this regardless of what, and I'm not tired. I actually did a 22-kilometer hike in Norway, I believe 2 years ago, because that's when the COVID did not strike. So yes, 2 years ago, I believe then. That is already is. Oh man, time goes flying by. So I did 22 kilometers of hiking. So it was upwards of 1,000 meters. So I believe it was 1,000 meters, right? 1,000 meters? No, less. 1,000 meters was the highest point of that mountain. Yes. So yeah, I believe so. And the funny thing about that mountain was that it was really steep sometimes. Other times it was not steep, but at the beginning it was like 12. It was a steep climb of 12%. So it was 12% of an edge. So it was really tough to climb that thing, and you need to do it every single time when you're going around and you're going up. So you're going around and going up, going around, going up, going around, going up, going around, going up, and then 12 times. And then you finally finally at the starting point of the climb. Yes, at the starting point of the climb. Because apparently somebody thought it was fun to make stairs that were very steep, and then somebody was like, you know, we cannot use stairs on a climb. We need a way to have our cars to go as well. And we actually went for the car climb. And well, thankfully it was not hot yet. So we had to climb upwards, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we had to climb upwards, and it was like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And then we're finally there. We took a little break, and after I believe after like 15 minutes, we finally started the climb, and the climb itself was actually quite nice. You had like a long path that comes around and goes around, and it was not that steep until you came to certain parts, and then it was like, whoo, that's long and steep. So yeah, it was only steep at certain points, but it was very fun because you had like these big giant lakes in the middle of a mountain. Of course, you also had running water and all that stuff. And well, those places were the places where you should fill up your bottle, because your 1 liter of water is not 1 liter of bottle of water is not gonna be cutting it, because those places were, you would empty your bottle, and then you need to refill it at a lake. Then you need to go empty your bottle again, and you need to fill it at a lake. That's how much water you needed for the climb. That was kind of the exhausting part. Eventually, you know, I ran out of water. I eventually ran out of food, which was a problem, by the way. And that's when I found out that honey was actually a quite good combatant when it came to get energy really fast. Because my stomach, well, my whole damn, how do you say, my whole damn system in my body really likes to absorb sugar really fast. And yeah, I was on a sugar rush every single 15 minutes. Once I was climbing up, well, not climbing up, actually climbing downwards. So I had my bloody damn honey with me, and my honey was the only thing that kept me going on the way back, because holy hell, I was exhausted to the max. But like Sugar Rush, you get a lot of energy out of it, and you're really hyper. So you don't give a shit if you're exhausted. So yeah, I got my honey. I drank my honey when with water, and then chucked it down, and then be like woo, and then go again. Like when Popeye just eats his spinach. That's uh that's how my body works. If I eat sugar, then well, get ready to get ready for hyper me. uh, yeah, nice. That's done finally. Awesome. Cool. It's very handy dandy that I actually left that one behind. That means that I actually can do stuff now. Anyway, uh, yeah. So, let's see. What do we now need to do? We need to get this thing up and rolling to the max. First, get this back to basic. I want this to be looking good. That's the question. That's how do I do that? I want this to be looking good. So I want this to be over here then. So we have like the mouthpiece right here. Therefore, it has a bigger mouth. That would make it more logical. Yes. So I should. Where's the mouthpiece? No. Mouthpiece. Is this thing? No. Mouthpiece. No. Hornpiece? No. Mouthpiece? No. Hornpiece? No. Come on. I can find it. It's not that hard. Is it this part? No. Ah. Looks like I put the both parts into one group, right? That's the thing. That's the other thing. So these things are in this group. Oh, wait. Hold your horses. What the hell happened? Alright. Hold your horses. Alright. So these things are in one group. That's the king. So this is all in one group. We don't want that. We actually want this to be... That's the group I need, and this is the this is the part that we need to move in this. This is the part that we need to move inwards because we need to actually have that. All right. Now we can move this out of there. And what is this then? Oh, that's just column. All right, we move this out of it, out of the group. There you go. And then out of the group as well. There you go. So we have now this, which is out of the group. Nice. This is now only in the group. Yeah. Alright, cool. That's good. Because I need to work on this. No, this is all there. That's not necessary. We can now silence this. Alright, so where do I need to start here? There you go. Alright. So it's gonna be this one then, right? Yeah. What does this then do? Oh, that's the tooth. Alright. Cool. Then we need to add a new line, and then we need to figure out what to do here. So let's see. If we add, we need to go for black because we can do that now. If we're going for a black approach, like right here, take a line right there. Would that work? Yes, no, because this needs to be then over here and then drawn like this. Like that, right? Yes. Alright, that makes more sense. Then is the question, do we want to have like this kind of approach? Do we want to have like spikes on the side? Does that make it more cool? Probably not. So spikes don't make it more look cool, that's the problem. Alright, spikes don't work. I should definitely put this on a different layer, but I'll figure it out later. So spikes won't work. Spikes won't work. So if I go for this kind of approach then, maybe? Then you have, well, no, that won't work then. If we're gonna go for a tinier approach, we're gonna go for, you know, like this. Would that satisfy? Instead of big ones, tiny ones. Would that make more sense? Maybe. I need to get some references. Ugh. Give me book. I need book. Yeah, dinosaur book. There you go. Fuck it. Dinosaur book. Give me some ideas of how to do this. How to fucking do this. Why do we pick a dinosaur book? Because, you know, they're reptilians, reptilian-ish like creatures, so it's normal that, you know, I'm gonna go for that. I also could look at dragons, but then I'm like, dragons have different height. That's the problem. So, what the hell's that? Mysacasasaurus. That's an ugly fucking crocodile looking T-Rex. Holy shit. Alright. So, how does it work? The quick question is, how do I want this to work? Let's see. So if we have these things, then they should be. How are they put there? They are put on the mouthpiece. Yes, true. Looks like the most reptilians don't have the caudal. They only have it in the top. Huh. That's funny. So technically, the only place where the hardened parts are not in the throat part. They're actually not in the throat part at all. They're actually in the top part. So if we go like here, and we have like, you know, we have spikes right here. So these spikes are like right over here, like here, and then again here. They're more likely to be over here. So more like this. Alright. So if we are going then for like, you know, the thing that we wanted to go for, which was the amount of, you know, chem. So we have like the comb, which then implements like this. So we have like a comb right here. We have the spikes on the back. We have the ear right here, because the ear is actually there. Incorrect. So we have that, and then we need. So if I have spikes, how do we want the spikes then to be? Probably want spikes to be upwards towards everything. So we wanna go like for that, right? How do they look like? They look more like bricks. So they don't mind how they look. They look more like bricks. So if we have like a spike, we can go for this kind of approach, and then can go for like a dot in the middle, and then, you know, side one. So it's like this kind of approach on the spike. And then you have like here you have again this, and then you have like this. It's interesting to see that, you know, if we're gonna go for this kind of approach, how do I want to represent then these spikes? That's the question. Normally, if we want to represent these spikes, we can go for, wow, that is actually a big giant spiky boy. Let's see, if we want to go for the spike kind of approach, how do we want that? Apparently the spikes are in the top of the nose, and then go upwards to the eyes, which you know, this one doesn't have, so they're only on the back. And let's see, so so technically I need to put it then like this, because I need to draw like this so that I can, you know, represent the spikes properly, and then go for this kind of approach on sideways, and then go for the dot mode, little face, and then do it again. Of course, you know, this does require some editing. Or, well, editing, I mean, this does require some sketching before I'm able to do this properly, but it's just, you know, figuring out what to do, how to add more stuff towards the thing. Oh, hey, Dunkelzan, nice to see you. Yeah, it's indeed a good day today. I'm way more enthusiastic than before. I am more alive. I'm quite happy how far I got already. So yeah, we're working on spikes today. Spikes. We're working for to see what we want on a creature. Because, you know, you have this, you have like an empty neck, and what we actually want is, like, you know, make the neck more interesting to look at. Of course, you know, the neck will be yeah, a bit higher there. So we have these spikes that we want. So these spikes are in the top part, and then from the top part we actually need to move on to the bottom part here. I'm so glad. I did not finish yet the neck part, because this is actually quite important. Like that. The main problem is that we now actually need to have like the spikes need to represent the neck itself. So maybe I should change the positioning up, but eh. Alright, cool. And now, since we're done with that, we actually need to... So we have like these kind of spikes in the top. Now we actually need to give them shape so that they work with the, you know, whole damn neck. So if I want to do that, I actually need to select... Oh boy. Wait a minute. Hold on, deselect. God damn it. Change position on this, yes, and then I can select properly, right? Yes, I can. Alright, so we need to move these according to where we want them to be. So, first things first, we want to actually have them like this, and then we need to move them a little bit upwards, like so. Yeah, like so. That would be a good one to place. Like so would be a good place to place. So we're gonna do that the same with the rest. So we're gonna deselect. We're gonna deselect this, and we're gonna use it again. Same one. Move it up. So we want to actually move it to the place that we want it to be. Then we're gonna transform it into a. Then we're gonna use it to shape the right direction. This is why, you know, sketching is actually a quite good idea. And then we're gonna release it. So release, deselect, and select a new one. This one right here. Then we're gonna move it. Gonna move it until we know where it needs to be, and then we're gonna turn it around so that it is again in the right position, like that. Alright, like so. Alright, awesome. Now we can deselect this again. We can now see that those three are good placed, and now we need to actually move these ones up. So technically these no, deselect, then get this one there. Move upwards, get into the right position here. Looks like this one is actually not useful, but I can do that. I can move around, I can work with this. So the main problem with this one is like the rounding. There you go. Fix that up. And then it should be working fine. Yeah, it does. Alright, cool. Then we're gonna deselect. Get this one. Move it. Like so. Get some more. I can transform this if I'm correct, right? Can I transform this? Yes, I can. like so. There you go. And deselect. Move it to here. If I believe so myself, yes. And then transform it, get the right angle on this, like so. Deselect. So, let's see. So we have now this kind of approach, which is the spike part. Of course, this is not going to be looking great now. That's like, whoa, that's not great at all. Alright, so we have these spikes that we want. Now the quick question is like, how do we want this comb to be? So what we could do with the comb, by the way, is this. I just saw this, so we have these big giant spikes coming off them. Alright? Apparently this is a thing. So we have these spikes instead of, you know, a normal comb. We have like these spikes that are attached to a comb. So we have like a spiky approach towards it. That's quite cool. Yeah, that's a cool looking comb. Then we have like these spikes in the spikes in the middle. So we have this. I'm just drawing a tick so that you know what's going on. So we have these spikes in the middle. And then we have this lovely comb-ish like approach. So this kind of approach we have then. Now the quick question is, let's see. So we have here the spikes again. There you go. So yeah, we're just adding, detail towards the thing that we are dealing with, and then hopefully, once we have the properly amount of stuff that we want in this, then we can finally start, putting into it as a full thing. How do these spikes look like? Well, these spikes are actually quite cool. These spikes actually are in the neck itself. So they're in the neck itself, which makes it actually more cool, way more cooler to work around with. Nice. So technically these spikes that we are working with are not on the throat, but this part here needs to actually be then on the outline layer, on the top overlayer of Needs to be underneath the... Yes, underneath this one. Yes. Alright, that's doable. That's actually correct. That is the thing that is happening. Nice. Good job. Good job, me. Good job. Also, apparently, you know, apparently I've used brown somewhere. Apparently it is maybe here. I believe it's in this one, right? Yeah. Alright. Cool. So, now that we have this kind of approach, I'll fix these things, but I just need to have like, you know, a decent look towards it. Just I can get like what kind of thing I want to draw. So don't mind me if I'm just doing this hastily, because this is indeed a sketch. This is not a real thing. Alright. So, let's start first with the comb itself, because that's the idea. The comb itself will cause less of a problem, I believe, because we can then go for this and then be like, yes, like that. Alright, cool. So we're gonna go for the comb first. Wait, hold on. Thing is here. So yes, this should be then right here. Alright, cool. How to do this? How to fucking do this? Alright. Get one overneath, and now we're gonna work on this. So I need to put this on hold, like this, and then we can finally draw over it. Alright. Zoom in. Get these bad boys up. How does this look? Alright, they're split it. That's quite cool. So technically these dagger-like, well, these claw-like spikes are actually in the vertebra, well, in the merged into the into the bones. There you go. Which these days are really hard to do. That awesome. Whew. All right, I can do this. All right. Then I need to have a second one, I think. Well, I don't have to though. This is decent to do. Just need to get the details on a different layer. Alright. Now, we need to get some nice lines up. Like that. Or should I do this on a different layer? I should do this on a different layer then. Yeah. Underneath this. Yes. Well, technically we need to do this on above it, because this is above the thing. Alright, let's see, zoom in. Yes. So what we want is actually like these lines. So this is just, you know, lines, not texture yet. We're gonna go for texture, but not yet. The texture is gonna be way different. Because then I actually need to look at some stuff in my book. Also, I need to reduce this to 10. Yeah. Alright, cool. So now we have this. That's quite cool. That's a quite cool looking approach. Now we actually need to get to the texture. Book, guide me. Alright, guide me, please. Baccaroryx, no. Spino we need to find. Spino, come on. And I know that this Spino is not going to be looking the same as a normal Spino, because, you know, it looks like a fucking turtle instead of a Spino itself. T-Rex, ugh. Ah, there it is. That's well, that's a Parasaurolophus. That's not that bad to look at. No. Where's the late stuff I need to look for? Spinosaurus, 94. 94, Spinosaurus. Big, giant, ugly fucking duck. That's how it looks like now. Let's see. How does this thing have its comb? Its comb is like designed like that, so its spines are, you know, outwards. And well, it looks ugly. That's for sure. And it has its combs like that. Alright, cool. Nice. Well then, don't mind me if I just copy your homework a little bit here with the amount of texture that I need. So, apparently, it looks like this. I know this might look like a shocker to you, but it's a shocker for me. So the only thing you can see now is that it is just, you know, casually lines drawn, but technically it's not. It's a pattern that works like lines. Apparently that's how the Spinosaurus spines look like. It's a shame that it is like this, but you know, I'm not complaining. If we even want to, we can actually even add some texture to it, but I highly doubt that that's a thing that we are going to be using. Like that. And then, just like that. That's how you create blood and patterns by, adding lines. It's a texture, yes, that is true. It's not the best texture, of course, but it does create the effect of, having a sail. So, I don't mind that much. It's just, a little bit strange. Look at that. Also, in every single drawing I saw, when they draw the sails, they have like this part open. So I would think that putting a different texture on that part would actually be a smart move. It's quite funny that, all these sails are like that. Holy shit. It's quite amazing how much stuff I'm actually getting done in 2 hours instead of 1 hour. It's like, oh no, it's 1 hour already. Well, too bad, I already did a lot. So, it's like, yeah, I actually got pretty far. I designed the sails and I'm now drawing the sails. That's a top-notch well, example of what happened. Also, I can still change up the pattern of this sail a little bit, but yeah, needs to be here a little bit more. It's quite fun that I'm actually only using lines here. It's like, what you gonna draw? Well, I'm gonna draw line work. What? You mean line art? No, line work. It's like a lot of work for lines. Like, back in the day when they put down a reel. I don't know. Reel work, line work. It's the same. It's all the same. And I'm not complaining that I'm using using those references wrong. It's not my culture. If it would be my culture, then well, I would have definitely got those things right if I ever pay attention to culture anyway. I don't pay attention to any culture, even my own. So I'm a really good person when it comes to ignoring stuff because I send them out. Even though, you know, sending things out is not a very smart move, but it is a smart move nonetheless if you know how to do things. Oh yeah, doing stuff. There you go. So if we now take a look at it already, you can see like this is the line. This is the line effect that is created. You see it? There you go. That's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool approach. Also, it gives a cool look towards it. So it has like these. It has like these spines that are, you know, coming out. That's true. But I believe that if we then, you know, remove the line here, remove the lines here, and then, you know, have this just, you know, casually done, maybe that will make it even better. I don't know. I don't think that we need to have spikes like this. But, you know, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. But, you know, it's already looking great. It's a quite magnificent found of, you know, use somebody else's work to reference yours and then get to the right look of it. Because you look at things and then you're like, I never have done this before. How do I do this? And then, you know, you look at somebody else's artwork. It's like, oh, he uses that kind of approach. Well, don't mind if I just use that as well. But, you know, in another way. Because, of course, this doesn't look the same as his artwork. No, fuck no. This book has way better artwork than mine in detail perspective. Right now. Not once I'm done, but probably not once I'm done. I have like a different style. So yeah, the style is so much different that you will see the difference. You will see the difference, regardless of what you're doing. But yeah, this is all straight lines, and then those lines are, you know, followed up. So it's like drawing spaghetti and making sure that every spaghetti counts. It's being totally Italian right now. Long lines with no end. I should have been a cook. I should have been a cook. Definitely. I should have been a cook. Then I would at least know that I was not inclined to do my job. Because holy shit, I made once a very cursed pancake. That's for sure. Back in the day we had scouting, and we actually made we had like pancake day, and everybody brought his we had like no stuff to put on a pancake. So we had no cheese, we had no things. So what we did, we took our snacks like Doritos and what was more? Doritos was put on the pancake, M&Ms, nuts. So yeah, we had like this very cursed pancake, and apparently it tasted really good. It tasted really good because it was peanut butter. It was peanut. There was also peanut on. Oh well, peanuts on it. So as long as there are peanuts on it, it tastes like fucking peanut butter. So yeah, that's how things work. All right, let's get the other part done. No. Yes, there you go. So let me see it at night. Let me see it at those lines. How are they drawn? They are like drawn like fucking anime-looking spikes. They are not even drawn like how I should draw spikes or like that. So they're not drawn. They are drawn like this. One line here, and then be like this. That's how they're drawn. Yeah. And so you have like one line, and then this is all dark. Stupid. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. No, let's not do that. Let's get something creative going. So not everything is like, I don't know. Not everything is always, you know, good for referencing. So we have spikes. We can go for spikes like these. We can go for these kind of spikes, so we have like these kind of spikes. I don't know if that's a good approach. Maybe it is. I don't know. Let's see. So is this a good approach for a spike? Is this the right approach for those spikes? Is this the right approach for those spikes? No, that is horrible. This is why I always have like different textures. It's very handy dandy that I know how to do textures. I know exactly what their weaknesses are and what not their weaknesses are. So let's go for the different approach. So we have a spike. Yes. So we have a spike, and then the spike needs to be round. So it's like a round spike with a pointy end. So let's see if this works. Like that. Like these kind of spikes? No. We're missing something here. We're missing something here. Alright, fine. We're gonna go for the casual old fucking fashion of this is an extension of the fucking neck, so therefore it needs to be on the fucking same idea of texture than the neck. And what is gonna be on the neck? Well, it's gonna be skills. So yeah, we're gonna go for skills. Least favorite thing to do. Drawing skills. Well, it's good and all, but it's really boring sometimes. The obvious question is like, why should I do this? Well, it's because probably the spikes, the spike texture is like not inclined with the idea of, well, these things right here. So I could go for like, you know, a little bit of you know, lineup like so, and then go for like everything editing in with the skills. Probably I will do that, probably, and then, you know, it will look fine. It's just, you know, that skills are really boring sometimes. So yeah, it's well, they do have a nice texture to it, don't get me wrong here. It's just, you know, that it is just casual skills, and it's like, oh no, it's skills, what? And then, you know, you're like, ah, well, how original. It's a little bit sad that I am not able to draw the same stuff like this, but as long as we're doing it great, I don't mind. And we should actually had colored in the bloody damn underthroat. Forgot to do that. Forgot to do that. Forgot to do hibbity dooby that. Forgot to color the throat in. Well, let's just take a look at this and then see how well it looks. Looks decent. Not the best, but looks decent enough. Yeah, I think I will go for that kind of approach. Then I need to just add some more details in all the way around. Also, I should go on for a little bit more tinier scales on it as well. So let's do first the color on the throat, because holy fucking shit, I forgot that. So and that's bad. Since I forgot it, that's bad. Alright, throat, 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 throat. There you go. Alright, throat. Color throat. Let's see. We want a color on the throat, which is gonna be the same color as the mouthpiece, which is gonna be green. So that's the idea. Let's do that. So if we have this, we have the color on the green. We can now go for, what the hell? That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. I want to have green. Then I want to have this. So why did that? There you go. So let's see. How does this look? How does this look compared to all the other? How does this look compared to the other color that I had? And that's a quick question. Like, how does it look? Probably it will look nice. So, how does it look? Well, it doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad if you combine that with the skin color, which then has this brown effect on it. Well, dark effect on it, dark reddish. So you have dark reddish, combine it with the yellow green. So that will look great. I don't know if I want to go for, instead of yellow, instead of green, do I want to go for yellow instead? Would that make it more cooler, or would that not make it cooler? That's the main problem, right? Figuring out if that will make things more cool. Of course, we need to zoom in here so that we can get the little bits here and there done. All right, cool. Let's see. So the idea here is that we have this green, and then if we go for, I don't know, I'm gonna go for like yellow instead, yellowish, like this. Yes, if we're gonna go for that, would that make it more interesting to watch? Would that cause the color, would that make it more, that's gold, that's not what I want. I want to actually have like a little more, a little more, there you go. So now we have this green yellow. So does that make it more interesting to look at? Yes, it does. It does make it more interesting to look at because it now stands out as a throat it should be. How do I do this? Problems, always. So now, if we can look at this, this looks now decent because we have like a color on the, we have colors on the eye, we have colors on the neck. Alright, we have now cool looking stuff, and we can have like the same amount of color on the part here, right here. So if we are gonna go for like this kind of approach on the down back right here, which can happen, like if we have like the color, the same color here, which means that this will stand out again. how does that look like? Well, that looks like really cool. So you have this kind of approach on both sides then. So we have this and there, and then you see already that the texture actually causes a lot of color change. So this does create this effect. So if we have like brown color in the spikes, we have like this greenish color on the main side. That would actually cause what? That looks actually quite cool. So we have this kind of color, and then we have the brown on the other side. So that means that all this beautiful color is gonna be there, and then I need to add shading on the spikes. Therefore, it's gonna be created this effect. All right, that's gonna be cool. Then add more details to the throat, which causes it to look gapped. Put a tongue in it, then it will create even more better effect. I even maybe need to move this downwards. Yeah, I need to move the mouthpiece a little bit more downwards. All right, so that's also a thing I need to do. Then the neck will look decent. All right. So now what? How much time do we have left? We have 40 minutes left. That's decent. Let's try now with the spikes, since we are doing it anyway. So let's get on with it. Spikes. 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 There you go. So we want the spikes to be there. We want to have spikes that look like spikes. So we want to have spikes that look like spikes, and therefore they need to act like spikes. So now we're going to add small spikes. Also, we're going to add the light version of the scales on this, so that, it will create a pattern, but it won't create a pattern that much. Therefore, it could be prone to, changing things up. So if I want to have like a second color on the comb, I can do that as well with it. Well, that's the idea at least. Let's see. Doing stuff, making things work. Very important. Getting skills done is also very important. The main problem I always face with these things is it's always like a discovery that you need to find out, like, how am I gonna do this? I have no idea. And then, you figure it out, like, oh, like this. So yeah, it's great. But yeah, the skills are really annoying to draw, because you need to have like the right amount of touch to it. The good news is we have the right amount of touch, and we are now working with different colors. Also, of course, I'm gonna add some more colors into the throat. Yes, I'm gonna do that, but that's gonna be later. That's gonna be fucking way later. I'm just needed to have like a bit. I just had to need a little base color to it, just so that I can see stuff. Well, with see stuff, I mean like able to see errors or effects that I overlooked once I drew it. So far, it looks decent. So. But yeah, that's what you do when you're trying to do things. You need to work around with it. And I believe that I will go for orange red. Yeah, orange red with the comb. That would be cool. Like the tip is gonna be red and then it's gonna be orange and then it's gonna be green. Yeah. Cool looking colors. Of course I can still, you know, change this color up as well. Which I might be. Oh man, this is hard. Drawing's tiny skills with a hand and a pencil. It's like tiny little moves, and then only those tiny little moves count. The rest doesn't count because they either screw up or they don't work properly. That's the main issue with these things. So we have now a fully done skill. So does that look good? Well, that looks actually quite good. Alright, cool. Then I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with this. And I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna make patterns of color on the spikes. Therefore, you know, they're gonna have this fiery red color of stripes on it. So it's like this. So you have this horn and then you have like these stripes on the horn itself. So that's the idea. And then you have like rah, and then be like rah, rah. So yeah, rah, rah. So yeah, that's the idea. So this is gonna be colored in, this is gonna be colored in, and then you have like this skin, which of course works like this. And you be like brr, this is like a bird thing, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on. It's not that easy to make sure that you know your thoughts are the same as the thoughts are the same as the drawing. Jeez Louise. Alright. Go back. And do this. But yeah. It's very important that we have these things done correctly. Oh boy. It's quite funny how much tiny little bits are done. Alright. Whoop. Come on. Focus. I can do this. I have fully trusted myself that I can do this. I am totally not looking behind my glasses just to figure out how to do these things. Nope. You bitch. You fucking bitch. You pressing son of a bitch. I hate that button. I hate that button so fucking much. So yeah, getting these things done. Ugh, spikes. And they said it was fun. They said it was fun to draw spikes. Well, you know, they are fun to draw. They are like, you know, needles or nails, but no. These are spikes. These are just, you know, pointy ends. These are just pointy skills that are pointing upwards. And they don't require any texture because these ones are different. These are these are just, you know, bones that are, you know, extending towards the upper area. So they are like, you know, bones from the spinal cord. Therefore, you know, they're quite annoying to draw because they don't have the same texture as, you know, these stupid spikes that, you know, are on the side, because they don't have that kind of effect. They actually have a different kind of effect because they are actually tied towards the how do you say, spinal cord. So these ones actually are covered with scales instead of, you know, being like botanic. So they don't look like bones. Or, well, you know, bones are scales. They don't look like that. They don't look like, you know, bones. They don't look like. They don't look like this. They don't look like this. They don't look like any of, you know, the patterns that, you know, you normally see on an ankylosaurus or you know, they don't look like that. Now we have like a frog, rabbit, 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 vampire frog, rabbit, and then be like this, yeah, vampire frog. There you go. Easy, vampire frog. So, you know, they don't look like that. They don't look at all like that. So yeah, which one did we do? We did do that one, right? So is that the only one then left in this part? Yes, it is. Alright, so we need to actually go to the big ones. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need it. It's my queen. My queen. I don't want this. Oh man. Reminds me that I actually watched a movie where Jon Snow is actually in it. And died in the first 2 minutes of the movie. It was quite fun. Right. So yeah, we're just taking a little, tiny little, you know, exercise, whatever. You know, this is just a morning stream, whatever. I'm taking my time. I'm not gonna be rushing this. Fuck that, no, hell no. If you rush art, it will never be good. I'll tell you that. Did it once, didn't like it. It's quite funny how, you know, when you actually have studied for art and then you suck at everything that is according to the history part, and then when you try to mimic some artist's point of view, you get like good grades. It's stupid. It's like, oh, you want to hear the bullshit they are talking. Ah, alright, well, fine then. I'll give you it. I'll give you the bullshit. I'm still not. I'm still saying that you're wrong, but I'm giving you the bullshit because I want to have good grades. Well, that's how art works these days, apparently. But yeah, I did not study art. I actually had it like on the high school part, and ugh, it was already that toxic. Though I must say, some of the art styles are quite cool to work around with. They are not the best ones to work around with because I think surrealism is one of the things that I actually really like. It is highly detailed, and you know it's like feeling like you're dreaming. Well, behold, your dream is melting apart. There you go. So you combine realistic realism with dreams, and then you have like the whole effect that you can do. So, for instance, you put a dragon on a drawing, and then you put a big giant envelope in front of the face with an invitation mark on it. Whatever. That's surrealism. Then that's surrealism, and then you have like floating rocks and all that stuff, and decayed decayed trees or upside down trees. You know, that's surrealism. That's surrealism. That is actually quite funny to draw. That's like really like, what are you feeling? Well, I feel like an acid trip. There you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's how you draw that. But the art style that I actually didn't like to work around with, I actually worked around with futurism. So everything needs to be in motion or have the feeling of motion. And the main problem with that was that the motion part of it was actually quite annoying to work around with. The effects of motion, the effect of giving motion to an object don't work if the object doesn't have a motion, and that's what it feels like. Well, that was my downside of the drawing. It's like I cannot draw something that is really fast, so therefore, I failed at the whole damn thing. Though it still looked good, I still got a good grade out of it because, I'm like bullshitting myself out of it. Like, my opinion is that, well, blah 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 blah. And then, you have your good grade. That's exactly how it works. You just, nose pick yourself and try to roll persuasion to get to the rest of the points. But yeah, futurism I have been working around with, surrealism and modernism I also have been working around with, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So yeah, I believe also I did cubism a little bit. That was also terrible. Ugh, everything is in cubes. No thanks. It does can create fun little things, but yeah, I had like to choose different styles and then had to produce the same image in different styles, and then eventually, I believe I went for surrealism, futurism, and the other one. What was it? What the fuck was that? I have no idea. Honestly, I cannot remember the third one that I used. At least, the main drawing that I did was actually quite fun. I used an empty piece of paper, and I soaked it. Then I soaked colorless. Then I soaked a very thin color paper. I soaked it onto the big giant paper screen, and then I waited for it to dry and then remove it. So all the color was actually into the paper, was soaked into the paper. Well, the tiny little sheets were gone. So I had like this image that was like in really strange amount of colors, and eventually, I had these colors done quite good actually. And then I drew like, I don't know what I drew on it. I drew a tiny, oh yes, I drew the same image I drew on a very tiny piece of paper. Yes. So I increased the size, I increased the thing, and then I created like a dinosaur who, you know, was with another dinosaur on two plateaus in the forest. That's it. So I created from there on I created the futurism. There on I created the futurism and the surrealism, and then another one. I don't know which one that was, but that one was actually quite fun to draw. That was also a very fun one. It was like in rainbow colors and all that stuff. I used like different kind of. I used wax. No, not wax. Come on. Crayons. Yes, I used crayons, and then I painted it all black, and then I scraped out the lines that I needed to draw from the black paper. So you have like a very rainbow-ish looking crayon piece of paper, and then you have like the same image again, but then on crayon paper with what was it? It was not surrealism. That one. That one was even more strange. I have the image at home myself. I still have it. I don't know which one it was though. It was one of the modern art techniques that, you know, I don't even bother to do anymore. It's like, ugh, so cheesy. It does have some cool. It just can create cool effects, but no, I keep the original ones. I'd rather keep, you know, just casual old-fashioned drawing, just, you know, not hyper realistic, but surreal realistic. There you go. Pseudo realistic. I keep it to my art style. My art style is fine. I don't mind it. I might not be the best at drawing anime or something like that, but I always have this guy. I always have, you know, just my old style, just my style. Nobody else's style. My style. My friendly, family-friendly art style. My style that works. And I can draw with it. I can draw toons with it. I can draw anime with it, whatever. And that's how I do it. And I want to improve upon it, so therefore I work on it. Therefore I'm trying to improve it, and therefore I'm trying to get, you know, the anime style into, you know, the old art style. And that works. It actually works. It's actually quite nice looking already, and you know, once this is done, once this guy is done, I can draw it again, and again, and again, and again, and then I can draw different emotions, whatever, and different poses, and different cool looking things. And then I can start with a new one, and then do the same thing again. So I learned how to draw humans. So next time I'm going to be drawing humans after this one done, and with all the image sharing, because I'm trying to improve an old image, which of course is working, therefore, you know, it's fine. But holy hell, these things are so annoying to draw. Why is it always that, you know, when I try to draw casual old-fashioned, you know, skills, they always either mess up or they don't look like skills, and then once you add color, it's like boom. Oh yeah, those are skills. Yeah, no shit. It's like, what the fuck? It's always mind blowing to me. Like, oh yes, skills look like skills when you add colors to it. What? Because there is no shading towards it, which makes it quite fun. Allow me to just save a little bit. Yeah, and then I gotta look at the time. 35 minutes. Woo! Alright, that means 50 minutes left to get the last part also done. Yeah! Whoa. This is tough. This is a tough cookie to crack, I'll tell you that. Why is this a tough cookie to crack? Well, it is a lot of work. But I must say, I'm very happy how far we got. I could never have got this far. I get improvements upon getting the layers correct, getting this stuff correct, you know, all that stuff. That is also a thing that I need to make sure that I'm doing correctly. So getting better layers, getting better stuff done, getting all the stuff that I need to be done, that makes me happy. So yeah. Anyway, looks like I'm almost there. And then tonight I will be able to draw the Malpa project, if I'm correct. Yes, I do, because only at 9 o'clock it's going to be starting the party, I believe. So yeah. Well, I'm not going to go to a party. It's an online party this time. A friend of mine actually decided to celebrate her birthday by, you know, throwing an online party. So yeah, got invited. Well, then I'll need to be there because, you know, it's important to keep your friends there. You need to keep your friends close. Well, not close, but not too close, but, you know, it's always nice to catch up. So yeah, this is what happens. Just me drawing, and then, you know, my hand is now almost dead. Ay, 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 ay. This is so much tiny work. Yeah, tiny work with my big hand. Well, technically my hands are not that big. Actually, I have very small, agile hands because, you know, I never did labor. Screw that. Labor. I never did heavy labor, so my hands are not full available or big or round. They're actually quite small and long. So yeah, I could play piano if I want to. Which I can. I actually learned it myself by using Guitar Hero mechanics. Well, you know, that's how you do it. I cannot read any fucking note, so I must say myself that it's actually quite funny to see that, you know. Yeah, what can you play? Well, I can technically play Godfather on the piano. How? Well, I memorized it. What? What the? Yeah, apparently you can do that. Apparently your mind is able to memorize the key bindings if you learn it enough, and then you can play it out of thin air without a sheet. If you learned to play it without a sheet, of course. The funny thing is actually that without a sheet is actually way more fun than with, because you can just, you know, load up the song and then, you know, play it like a Guitar Hero. You know, you press the button and then it lights up. That's normally how it works. But now it doesn't light up. You just need to press it and then hold it as long as the lighting is up. And that is sometimes a little bit difficult, but it works. It works, it works, it works. Alright. Does this give a good look? Yes, it does. Holy shit, that's actually quite cool. Alright, cool. That's nice. That's nice. It's very nice. Alright. I think I will call it here a day, I believe. Because my mind is a little bit my hand actually is really, really rusty right now. And I need it for tonight, so this is why I really, really hate textual drawings sometimes. You know, you could do it with you could do it with a stamp, and everybody says like, "Why don't you do it with a stamp?" And I'm like, "Screw you! I don't do it with stamping. Stamping is stupid. Stamping makes it, well, you know, makes patterns to look too simplified. And with this, you can actually see like all the lines in it. Like for instance, if I now take my look at this beautiful picture right here and I remove this one here, you can actually see, hold on, I need also remove this, and I need to remove, yeah. So, since that we have like, you know, the Probably no. Where's the this then going from? Is this? No. Ah, there you go. So as you can see, we're already working on, getting all this stuff done. Yes, true. Also, you can see how much things are getting there. And now we can see like, oh, wait a minute. There is something wrong here. What? Wrong? How is that possible? Well, by the looks of it, there is something wrong here. Let's see. What did we remove here? Alright. So, what we need to do is make a layer inside of this map to put this into it. This is that one. Then we need to put this one into it as well, and this one into it, if I'm correct. Yes. So that we have like the full. No, we also need to line up. Yes. All right. So what is wrong here? Well, I can see what's wrong because we can see like, oh, wait a minute, hold on a sec, what is going on here? Yes. See, this is a problem that we have. We selected one layer that we don't want to select. We want to have all the layers selected. So we select the group. Now we select the group. We can move it, but we can also transform it in fully. Yes, right? Yes, I can. So as you can see, the skull works fine. Yes, but this line here doesn't. It is adding up, but there is something wrong here. So because the line is over here, and we know that if we use the same line like this, we use the line like this, it looks a little bit strange, don't you think? It looks the line that is right here looks not right. It doesn't look like the skull of the creature is connected towards the end of the neck, as you can see. So if we change it up a little bit and we add like and we give up like a little bit more detail towards it, so we're gonna go for, I believe we're gonna add stuff like over here. So if we do it like this, I would be able to do it, right? So if we have it like this, yes, line, neck, yes, and then we actually need to move this part over here. So we need to add some stuff. I see. So that's what we're gonna do. Tomorrow we're gonna be able to do this, right? Or are we able to do it in? No. That's way too little time. That's way too little time. All right. So we have the skull. So we need to actually have like we need to have actually a sketch for this. Alright, well, now let's see, so, boop. Alright, we need to have like a line art for this, alright. So, what we want to actually have like, the approach, because the skull has a problem here, as you can see, the skull has a problem, so we actually want to have, the skull is right here, so the thing is right here, so we want to like this. So we want to have like this kind of lineup. Why do we want it like this? Because if we don't do it like that, if we go for this kind of line, we have like the skull connecting towards it. So if we then move now if we move this out of the group and we select the group again, we can then move it upwards towards the place where we want it to be. So we have it right here then. Yes. Now, because we're still, not fully done, because we have now this kind of approach, but now it's a question like what do we want? so that we have this approach. So let's see, we have the approach, yes. So we wanna, let's see, we want this to be like that. So we should like have like this kind of approach. So, and then this, blah blah blue, blah blah blee, blah blah. So we have like this, and then this. That could work. That could definitely work. But to make it work, we technically need a second part. We need to have the second part. We need to actually have a second part for the skull. Oh, what? Why? Why do we need to have a second part for the skull? To get the transition from point A to point B, we need to actually have something here in the skull that makes it like, you know, I don't know, something like this. You know, get some feathers, or you know, get these you know, get a feathers up and running, so that you know you have this effect that we can create. So we have like this effect that we can create on the skull. Oh boy. So we have this effect that we can create on the skull. So we want to have like yeah, let's go for this kind of effect. So we want to have like this kind of effect on the skull to begin with. So we want to have like this kind of effect on the skull. Something like, you know, hair or something like that. To put on the skull to create the effect that the skull creates this effect that, you know, there is some hair on the skull, so that we have like a working point towards it. So now we have like this. Yes, that works. Now, since we have that, we can work with the group and decide where it needs to be. So we have like this effect. Well, this effect, what does it do? Well, this effect does create the effect that we are now able to get from point A to point B, which means that we now can see the line. We can now see the line of, you know, the effects that we're gonna go for. So I'm gonna keep this, you know, this effect that we have here right now, just in case, you know, we need it. Just in case we needed it, or you know, we can use it as a product that we can try to work around with. So I now need to work around this, because this doesn't work because we don't have the whole neck. We cannot see the whole neck, and we need to have a whole neck to get this part working properly. Maybe with double duplications or something like that, that would make it make also sense. But I think if we're gonna go for something like this kind of approach, to have like let's see if we have the tiki mask. Let's go for a booga booga mask. Let's go for Empire Earth Prophet. There you go. Fuck it. There you have it. Because we have a problem. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy. All right, this is the guy. So since that we have a problem with, you know, that we don't have the mask, because we have no neck, because the neck is, you know, non-existing a little bit, we need to create the neck. To create the neck, we actually need to have like additional features towards the mask, so that we have like a shape of the head, so that we can create a better shape. So that if we have a better shape on the neck, we can then create a better effect on the neck, and we can create this cool look. So I probably will do that. I will probably get this thing up and running, and then, you know, then we can finally decide like what do we want to, how do we want to do this, so that we know then that now that the neck is right over here. Yes, true. We know now that the neck is over here, so we can put like this in there as well. And then we have like, oh well, how do we do this? Well, we can then, you know, change it up a little bit, put it more sideways, so that, you know, it looks better. So we have like this sideways, and then we have like the whole damn system going over it. So that, you know, we have this effect, but we still have, you know, the effect of the skull truly working as a skull instead of limiting us with the neck. So we have like this grass, or how you say, hay or wool or whatever it is in the around the mask as a shoulder, no, as a neck, not as a neck protection, but more as a neck filling, so that we have like, you know, the feeling that the neck is like the shape of the neck. So it creates a better shape on the neck. Therefore, you know, the looks are going to be better. And then we're going to put this on the background of that. So we're going to put this on the background so that, you know, it's going to be piercing through the little grass like capuchon. And there you go, capuchon. I don't know what it means. It's like a hoodie. You know, you have like a hoodie and you have like a big giant spike coming out of the hoodie in the round part. Yes, exactly that. But instead of a hoodie, you have like grass-like things, reed, whatever they normally do, whatever they normally fit on those Ooga Booga masks. I don't know what the words are for these things. But yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. And before we can do that, we need to actually add that to it. So, yes. Alright, cool. I explained it correctly, and I'm gonna save it like that. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna save. Come on, save. Don't tell me that you crashed. Please don't tell me that you crashed. Ah, you saved. Good. Alright, so, for now, I will cut it right here because I believe it's now already 50 minutes in. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, 50 minutes in, 1 hour and 50 minutes. All right. Thanks all for watching, and I hope I'll see you all next time. And until then, I wish you all a lovely day, and well, bye. Oh, wait. Ah, fuck it. Ah, shit. Well, good for me.